I'm going to show you how to get down into here. Flip around, put your head over here so I can show you this right. So yeah, so you guys know how to do this backside. Taught you all that. But I'm going to show you how you get into this area and into this area. And it's just painful. I don't do this a whole lot.
One has something painful ever stopped you, Jared? You were
See,
kind of
that's a
fast, you were
disclaimer.
fun. I
He
know.
just said,
I'm
"Hey,
just
it's
fine.
gonna
This is
hurt."
painful, but everything is
That way it's
painful.
okay.
Okay, so
This was painful.
yeah, just like that. So how we need to do this is we've got to lift, see how you guys can see how this is kind of, it's all right in there. So there's his rib cage. That's what we're going to be getting. You can feel it. Oh gosh. Right in there. Yeah, you're tucked. So you want to feel what a,
It would help, I don't mind
feel what a curled muscle feels like? No. You're not gonna do that.
Okay.
This one?
You're press a little bit harder.
The whole thing?
It's just all locked up.
Okay.
That's also protected lockup.
Okay, when you say protected lockup,
Protected with that what, spine?
Because it is protecting the spine.
okay,
Because if you notice, there's a difference between a tight muscle over here. You can feel the knots, and then feel it protecting itself over there. It's guarded.
that's not a curl right there.
That's a curl. That's a curl.
That's a curl, right?
That's a
Okay.
curl. But what it's not doing is it's not protecting itself. You can feel the difference on that
Yeah.
one. Like the strands just get really tight. Like it's
Everything's just,
like they just guard each
it's
other.
like a wall.
Mhm. It's basically what this side of your neck was doing yesterday. It was just like this. And you're like, yeah, we're not telling anybody in.
Yeah.
Okay. So in this, we're gonna kind of act like it's the hip. So you're gonna roll it this way, but you gotta put it toward the towel. So you don't come up here because we want this to fall flat.
Okay.
So that's gonna hit right at the waistline,
We're recording, right?
okay, right there. So what that does is it allows this to twist. There it is. Now you get the whole thing. And if you need to expand it even more, just put this under this side, just like that. There it is,
Yeah, definitely
right there.
brought it right out, didn't
Yeah.
it?
So basically what we're doing is we're doing the same thing on the front as we do on the back. To twist that out, when you, if you want to work on the right side, lower back, lift the left to put them in there. Sorry, my brain's like, what am I doing? What am I talking about?
More of a contracted state.
So then what you can do, so you
Just
can,
open it up even further.
but look, when we get to this point, watch his whole body.
Yeah, sliding the whole leg.
See that? It's not, so the hip's doing this and everything's coming down, that hip's not rolling like this. So you just kind of twist it, you just kind of spread them out as much as possible. Squat X, give us a side over to your left a little bit. There. So we're just gonna put that there. Here.
Yeah, I know, it just, the whole, everything's going with you.
No, all right.
You should see the difference after.
Because I'm going to show you guys where I'm putting my hands. Okay. So right here is the top of the hip. And you got to find it. Women's hips are a little lower and a little wider. It's right in here. Then the other place you're gonna wanna find is the rib. People who have bowel movement issues, okay, it's right here.
Let's see here.
So here's ribs, comes right in here, okay? And I'm just filling, so right there. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna show you guys this way, I just gotta get out of the camera. There's two ways. It's right here. So what's happening is when he sits down, this doing this instead of this. You just tell him that you apologize. Okay, there's the edge. So if you guys want to feel this, there's the edge. Right here. So do your hand. You guys gotta come down here because,
So we're feeling where it comes together there?
yep, you can feel right.
Right in there,
Yeah.
right underneath.
Yep. And if you kind of do this, it doesn't move at all.
Okay.
And that's due to, because this,
Uh-huh. So what you're getting in is right into here, where the transverse oblique, internal oblique, and the external oblique are right in there. So what we're doing is I'm trying to get my hands underneath that rib cage to pop it out. Because this left side is squished this way and it's pushing pressure on the rib cage.
So you're popping the rib cage out, or you're popping?
So
what-
we're
what are
gonna
you
get the
popping?
muscle and then I'm gonna come underneath
Mhm.
because the transverse oblique muscle, okay, goes underneath the ribs and attaches into the diaphragm.
Uh-huh. But you said you want to go under and pop it out, what was it?
The ribs, so you're gonna go under to
Okay.
try and get that rib cage to pop out
Okay.
and get the muscle.
Okay.
You feel that?
okay, so visually,
He's not squirming as much as when you guys did it, so I don't think I'm in the right spot.
No, you are.
Oh, I am,
You
okay.
just not push as hard.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Find
you're
that rib
rolling
cage,
over in there.
Come down, right there. Okay, see that?
Oh, gotcha, yep.
So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna come down here this way, and you apologize.
sorry, hon,
We're sorry for what Jared's about to do.
You have- We're trying, there's a little pocket right there.
I'm gonna move away from his knees.
You guys were brave standing next to mine yesterday.
So what we're gonna do is nice and easy. We're gonna kind of get underneath that. And on my left hand, just kind of see where that rib cage is. There it is. It's right there.
I'm gonna make sure some camera on. Yeah, we're not seeing that.
Bring that camera over here. There it is.
yeah, he's all nice and red.
I can feel it. Oh, wow.
That should work.
Oh, wow.
So you're still trying to work your way under that rib?
And I don't even have to because I found where the muscles curled.
So the point of getting under the rib was to find where the muscle was?
Yeah. There it is. Now I'm underneath the rib.
So did you just uncurl the muscle, or?
Yep. It just dropped me in.
Just got on the edge and just popped
There it
open.
is. Woo-hoo. Come on. Got him. Got him. So now I'm in the right spot. Because as soon as I hit that, the hip moved and the rib cage moved down. So now they're pinching my fingers. It was hurting my fingers, so I'm like, damn, man, I'm not gonna do that. So, but what we've
I
got
feel
now.
so sorry for you.
I know.
Poor fingers.
It's like I tell my clients, when it starts hurting me, I'll stop.
Like that is to where, well, it's like keep a garbage can handy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Good.
There it is. Oh, yeah, they do curl, that's why.
Because it curled?
Got it. There we go. Good. Now.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, so now you guys can come fill this. Now you can fill, that's the oblique muscle now. I gotta get my handy book.
You've got some fingernail marks there.
I don't care. Oh, wait, that's good.
Oh, I had the QO from the front side. Well, that's why it hurt so bad.
You had the what?
QO. Now, so if you guys will look here, Jerry, I'll show you guys after this. See that transverse oblique muscle comes under the rib cage and it's right at the base of the diaphragm. So where my hands were, where my fingers were, you can see my fingers were right underneath this rib, right here. But I was clear over here, because it just, everything gave way. So I pushed and I found the edge of that QL, and now what you're feeling is a transverse oblique. That's nuts, I've never hit the QL from that side before. Yeah, so that's the transverse oblique. So now you kind of do the rest of the same thing. Now you just get on the inside of the hip. So your gal that's got the kidney right here, you can't go this way, you can get it this way. Okay.
Excellent.
So in this,
So you just move the leg back and forth as you're working into that oblique up there to help break that loose?
yeah, I had to. I've never done that before.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to wiggle my way in, and I was like, wait a minute, it's not letting me in. So then this, to get the oblique, then you can just bring your leg up and hook into that oblique muscle there. And you don't have to push any harder than this, because the hips going this way and that's secure. Just take their knee over. And it'll move you right onto it. Oh, feel that go.
Mm-hmm.
I just went.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it did. The other thing why I don't like doing this is it's all fingers. There we go. see how, look at his rib, take a
Mm-hmm.
deep breath now.
Wow.
See his ribs actually expand? Can you feel that, Jerry? Can you feel that rib? Moving in and out?
Feels a lot better.
Well, yeah, my fingers aren't in your sight.
Yeah, it feels better.
I tell people that all the time, like, man, that feels better. I go, I know, I'm not pushing on it. So it didn't look.
Oh my gosh.
So this comes off. And it stays there. So now, I mean, if you wanted to get even deeper and cause even more pain, then you just kind of can put that foot there because it's already stretched. And then you can come and find even more, what's right here. So now this is even the deeper, not the deeper ones, but now that it's stretched out, you get movement. Now you can just kind of come in and find this. And like I said, I don't do this a lot because it is all fingers.
Now, are you pushing or rolling the leg?
Well, I'm just trying to get it to move.
Okay.
Does this area just not need to be worked that much, or you go at it and do
Not
it?
that often.
Okay.
Not that often. This area is kind of a last, almost a last resort type. I'll get the glutes, the adductors, all of that stuff before I'll go in and get this.
So, that being said,
Mhm.
has he already had that work?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we did the glutes.
Okay, come here, Amy. You want me to feel what a curled muscle really feels like? Feel that one.
This one right here.
Uh-huh. So the muscle is like this.
Right here.
Yep. You can follow the strand of it. So instead of it being like this, it's sitting like that. It's like twisted. And I've stretched it out, and so it's kind of just sat up here.
So right in here, is this the one that you're,
Too low.
well, so what's right in here?
That's the
That.
lat.
Okay, so what you're, okay.
You found it.
Like I said, my fingers right now. People, you have strong hands. No, I use a lot of my knuckles and my elbows.
So that means we need to go in on the edge and get it to
Yeah.
uncurl, so we need to find the edge of it.
Half inch.
So what you're gonna do,
Right.
so if that-
Oh,
if this
so
was-
just kind of roll
if
back
you were
and forth.
working,
Mhm.
you come here and you kind of follow that around.
There you go.
And then
A little
let it
harder.
drop into you.
Okay, so
Does
you
that
just
make
follow where
sense?
it's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how that rolls.
Just, you kind of
Yeah.
follow that. Yeah. Now he's wide enough now that I can actually get my knuckle into it.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting at.
More towards the hips.
So come from this direction and follow it down. Oh, yeah. Feel that difference? Yeah. So your kidney gal, this is how you're gonna wanna get into that. If you don't go from how I taught you yesterday. So what I'm doing now is I'm actually tractioning his hip down. There she is. Guess what? There it
Okay. So you're pulling.
went. I'm actually pulling it down.
Okay.
Because Because what I do when I let go, the hip slides back up under my fingers. So I'm actually using his rib cage for leverage. I know you guys can't see that, but this is the angle. There we go. Just feel that one? That just gently in there. That is why you probably had all that pain that one night you were texting me. That one cramped. Oh, wow.
TFL.
What I want you guys to notice is look how that sunk in compared to that side now. Now you can see the edge of the abdominis muscle and where the obliques are supposed to sit. Right there.
But in this theory, in his case, you still would not touch the right side.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't touch it.
What about down in here, just so I'm able to walk better?
You will be.
Oh,
You'll be able to. Because when you stand up,
yeah.
that right muscle is going to push itself back underneath your rib cage.
That's how far you're going before my shoulders start to bend.
So you guys can see
Yeah, now,
how
see, now I can feel all the tightness back
Yep.
on the back side.
and that's where you're supposed to feel it. So then, let's say that you started here and you're like, holy cow, I can feel it on that side. Then I'd have him roll over and I'd work the glutes and that upper. It would just be a back and forth thing.
Yeah.
We just go back and forth with it. Okay? So to have him stand up, so this is how I would have him get up. Because we worked to this side. I would have him roll this way. So kind of roll this way. And then you're just going to say, you're going to bring his legs up. You're just going to help, just like that.
So he's not engaging?
So he's not engaging. I want him to engage this muscle. I don't want him to engage the one that I just worked. You're already,
We'll see what I
see what happens when you stand up.
So,
But did you feel when you stood up, did you guys see it? His hip went underneath him to the left.
so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And just kind of,
actually,
yeah, you can bend
I can bend.
It's not pinched.
pinching so badly. It's more pinching the right side.
on the right side.
Uh-huh.
So with that, with the pinch on the right side, you could work the glute on the right side, but you're gonna stay one more left. It would just be, we're just gonna even you out.
Okay.
Okay? Now if he came in, let's say the next session he came in and he was like, okay, my left side feels pretty good, but that pinch in my right side when I left it's still there, then you're definitely gonna wanna work on that. Okay? So kind of walk around, I'm just gonna hold you. Yeah,
Oh, God.
yeah.
Yeah.
See now your right hip is underneath you.
Actually, that works a
Actually
lot better.
moving here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now even just stand there and just kind of just do a little twist. I don't want you to do much, but just a little twist.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right sided now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now that's the thing, is if he goes, now I can really fit it on the right side, I would be like, okay, we're gonna see you in 7 days. Don't do anything extra, don't do anything dumb. And when you come back in,
That's all relative.
I do that, and I say, I go, don't do anything dumb. But what we're gonna do, if you, and I would tell them, be like, okay, so what we did is, this is what we did. We totally loosened this side. The right side now is gauging because you can feel it. We're gonna let you go for 7 days. I wanna get you back in here within 7 to 10 days. And if the left side still feels good, and the right side start acting up, then we're gonna start getting the right side.
And if the right side's not acting up?
Then you gotta just see, if he's like,
Keep working
my
on
right
that.
side's feeling good, my left side's feeling good, I would still keep doing the left side, and then maybe just hit the glutes a little bit, just so that he can walk. Okay, I wouldn't get anything on the right erector spinae until you kind of start complaining about it.
From the hip up, you don't wanna.
Yeah, from the hip up, you don't want to, because that's the retaining wall. That's keeping that disc from just totally slipping the opposite way. So once he starts going, gosh, I can twist, man, I feel really good. If he still hasn't complained of the right side, I wouldn't touch the right side. I would let it go.
But if he is, you said you do work the
Yeah,
hip?
so like he got up just barely,
Yes.
and he went, man, I can bend back. He goes, oh, I'm feeling a pinch on my right side now.
Pinch right in the upper.
Okay,
All right.
and the upper
So
glute.
you just kind of go where he's feeling it?
I would go
but
where he's
nowhere
feeling
else?
it, absolutely.
Okay.
Now, if he came in, he goes, I can feel that my right side's just sore. You know, if he goes, man, my right side's painful, I'd be like, all right, is it painful like your left side, or is it sore like you worked out? And if he goes, it's sore like it's worked out, I wouldn't touch it still. Because that means what happening is it's engaging, but then it's relaxing, and then it engages and it's relaxing.
Like it
Well,
should.
right now, he's just solid like this. Now what'll happen is if this lets go and this cramps, then it'll be like shooting pain. He'll be like, no, it's painful. Then you start working on this side to get it to relax. If he comes in and says it's sore, what's happening now is this is engaging, and now it's letting go when the left side's contracting. So it's like working, it's engaging the muscle that's been in a contracted state. Follow me? Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, there's sometimes people come in and they're like, it's just my left side, or x-rays or something like that, and I'll just be like, okay, when this left side, we're just gonna work this left side, or we're just gonna work this right side, like, this is all we're doing today, then we're gonna let you go, when you come back and see me, we'll see how the body shifted. I go, okay. So if you start to shift and you're like, man, my left side's been feeling so good lately, and you were to come in and be like, well, how's your right side? Anything else showing up? They're gonna be like, no, nothing else showing up, everything feels really good. I'm not touching the right side.
Yeah. Might reverse everything.
It could reverse everything to do that. Now, if it's been like 4 or 5 months, it's like, man, I'm feeling really good, things are going good, maybe I start working a little bit just to check it. But sometimes in a trauma like your body, if it gets back to an alignment and it doesn't hurt, hey, great, come see me once a month. Or I'll tell them, hey, if that right side start acting up, call me. Yeah. So that's kind of what it is. Sometimes there's things I'm just like, okay, everything's calmed down. We're just not going to touch anything else. We'll just work on your big toes and your neck, and that's it. And I've had clients come in and they're like, my back feels fantastic. I haven't had any problems. I'm like, okay, you've been hiking, you've been doing this. Yeah, I've been active, I'm doing everything you normally do. I go, great. We're going to work on your calves and your neck today. I'm not even going to touch anything else. All right, that's great. And then I just let the body settle, know in my head it could act out. So just kind of get ready. But a lot of times what happens is people will call me, they're like, man, my back went out again. I'm like, the left side? They go, no, it's my right side now. I go, woohoo! Come on in, let's start working on that. I go, remember when I told you that this could happen? They go, oh yeah, that's right. I go, so now this is what's happening. So I go, for your body, what it's telling me is that the left side feels really good, it's open, and now the right side is like, okay, work on me.
Yeah.
We're ready.
Okay. Okay. I have a question. People with compressed discs,
It's the same thing.
just same release?
It's just the same thing. Now if they got compressed discs,
bulging discs.
bulging disc, compressed disc, all that stuff, you're gonna wanna work both sides.
Both sides,
Yeah,
abs and back.
abs, back, hips.
Got it.
Because what you
So
gotta do
just
is you gotta
focus
drop that.
through the
Yep,
center.
you just focus. Depends on where it's at, like
Like those
Well,
lower ones.
the lower
Yeah.
ones,
That's
yeah,
where
Back is different, I guess.
Yeah. upper back.
Usually don't get a lot of bulging discs in the upper back though, do you?
Actually, there's actually more bulging discs in the upper back than there are in the lower back. But here's the thing, people when it's the upper back, they just think it's stress and blah, 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 and
Yeah,
everything else. Or
okay.
it's muscle, oh, I just carry all my stress up here.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, when people have lower back pain, they go in and get an MRI for bulging discs,
Oh, but not the upper.
but not the upper back.
Interesting.
It's funny because people are like, yeah, my neck hurts so bad, I know it's just a muscle issue. But if it goes to the lower back, it's a disc issue.
Interesting.
So that's that's what I found. A lot of people will be like, well, how did my disc bulge? I don't have any other discs that are bulged in my back. I go, okay. So I just explained bulge discs. And really this is from a chiropractor. Okay, I used to work at a chiropractor's office. He said, we talked about bulge discs. He goes, if you were to take 100 people off the street and x-ray them, 85 to 95 of them would have some sort of bulge disc.
Wow.
Somewhere. It's just the fact of life, gravity, posture, blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
But only 50% of those, 50 to 60% of those complain of, my back hurts every once in a while. You know,
Mhm.
another 40% say, yeah, it's a little bit more, but if I exercise and do this, it goes away. And then there's 5% that it's chronic all the time, it's very extremely painful. So if everybody has a bulged disc, how come only 5% are in extreme pain? And it just depends on the tightness of the muscle.
Hmm.
So when people come in, they're like, well, I have a bulged disc. I always say, well, is it pinching off a nerve? Is it hitting a nerve? No, I just have a bulged disc. I go, a bulged disc is just a cartilage.
Okay.
Unless it tears or rips, it's not going to cause pain. The muscles are what cause the pain.
You show me that picture you showed.
Oh.
there.
Yeah, if I can find it again.
What time the client's coming, 10?
10.
Okay.
Right here. So the transverse oblique,
Catch you later, so.
it's 3. So that's the transverse,
Okay.
that's the internal, and that's the external.
Oh goodness, okay.
So yours was like a rope, a cord of a rope. They all just went like that.
Twisted.
They just twisted.
Oh,
So I was able to get in here and get underneath the rib cage
my gosh.
and find this. So I found that, I was able to kind of loosen that, but where I actually hooked was the transverse oblique muscle that had been squished together. So a lot of times, that's why then your intestine, so here's your stomach valve,
Morning.
right in there. See that? And so that, with that gets pushed and pushes that rib in, that's right where the transverse stomach, that's where right where the transverse intestine is.
It's right where?
Right here. Let me show you another great picture of the intestines, because there's two.
Pictures or two intestines?
There's 2 intestines. No, we're not cows. Maybe, some of us are. There it is. And then you got all this stuff in there, like this is crazy stuff. Transverse thoracic muscle. Beautiful. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
I just. Oh, it's just on the next page. Okay, so,
You're up underneath and around, yeah.
so this is where it comes. So the ascending comes here and then ducts. Right here's where your rib cage is.
Oh, so ducks.
Yeah,
Oh, goes
right
up
on through here. Here's your transverse oblique muscles in your rib cage. So it comes up here and then it ducts down.
Okay.
So those muscles are all tight right there and it pushes that restriction, it's restricting the transverse oblique right in there, or the transverse abdominis muscle. And then your stomach sits right there, so here's your rib cage. So your transverse intestine comes right there, and then there's your stomach. So if it's pushed right here, it shoves the stomach up into the esophagus.
Yeah, see, that may have counteracted the other problem with that.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
that's what's gonna
Yeah, I mean,
happen,
it
is
just
right here.
slipped up.
Because that's where that's the hiatus, right there. So then your stomach is right there. So with those ribs getting pinched this way,
Oh, yeah, it's just, yeah.
it's gonna pinch the ascending and descending colon, and it's gonna put all sorts of pressure on that stomach, and it's gonna shove it up.
Shove it up right against them.
Now, are we talking about you?
Him, but that's also
It's a
people.
chronic stomach issues. You
Chronic
come and
stomach.
work
Yeah,
here.
you're gonna wanna come work
It's how
here.
it is.
So that's why I told you guys to get under here and kind of pull everything down.
Right.
Because if you loosen that up, now what's happening is that the rib cage opens and closes. Now it massages itself.
Okay.
Well, it helps.
So you
with
go
the flow.
here, but you may need to work.
You go
these.
here and then you can come down into here.
Okay.
Like
So
with,
you don't
with
have to-
Rachel Gordon,
Yeah.
that's what I had to do. Is I came in here
Mhm.
and then we got this all loosened up and then I had to come down into here.
Yeah, I think that's where I worked.
That's where you worked.
Mhm.
So, but that's just a
So
different
that-
way, is you wanna kind of lift this hip up and lift this so you kind of twist it, and that's what gets you down in there a little bit more, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, if you twist it like this, so if you're here, and you twist in here, it opens that up,
That side. Okay.
and this side, sorry, the opposite side. So you wanna put the towel on the side that you're gonna work.
Okay.
When you turn them over, you put the towel the opposite places you wanna work. So if you wanna work the right side, here, you put the towel here. Sorry, if you wanna work the right side, you put the towel here and here.
And that's when they're face down.
That's when they're face
Okay,
down.
got it.
Yep. But when you turn them over, you put the
Same-
towel underneath the hip that you're gonna work.
Pop up the, like you.
Bingo, so what you're gonna do is it drops it down.
Yeah, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Stays, but the hip goes up.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So that's one thing. If you're gonna twist them, if you're gonna work in here, the towel goes to the opposite side. Okay, face down, the towel's on the opposite side of the hip.
Face up, it's on the right side.
Face up, it's on the same side you're gonna work.
Okay, that helps.
Yeah. How does that
I'm
feel?
gonna write that down.
Access
Okay.
failure.
Yeah. Tell you what, I literally almost had to bring that garbage can over.
I know. No, I've had people, that's why.
That's, I mean, that.
No, that's, and everything like there, so the stomach makes you nauseous, but when you get into this out here, it really, that's your gag, that's your, everything goes up.
Well, it was,
Well,
yeah.
the thing about it, why? Because when I'm pushing here, guess where the stomach's getting moved?
Clear up there.
You're getting that pressure going right there. So yeah, the body's going, oh, I'm gonna throw up, because that's
Well,
where it
just
is,
the pain level,
and the pain level.
you know.
And that's one of the reasons why if I don't have to go here, I very rarely do, because I've had people almost pass out before. They're like, I'm just seeing,
I can understand.
you can see that.
Now, yes, I
Mhm.
can. That was the most woozy I've ever got,
Uh-huh,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, is that because you're hitting a nerve, or is it because
The
everything's
pain,
being pushed?
it's just the pain.
It's,
Okay?
it's the
There's
pain.
no nerve there, really.
There's no nerve.
Yeah.
What's happening is it's the pain, but what you're doing right in here is you're shoving, so you've got your transverse intestine that comes right here and your stomach. So when you push here, you're separating all that. Like you're shoving all of this stuff up even more.
Okay.
And so it's gonna cause the gag reflex. It's just gonna cause that, and then the pain level is so, it hurts so bad that it just causes your body's self-defense mechanism.
Mm.
So a lot of times when people, so when people when they, let's say they go in, somebody's passed away, you know, it's a shock to them, they go, and they take that, oh my gosh, that's what happens, is it goes, and everything locks up right there. So the body's, the reason why people faint is to get the body back to a level ground. It
Oh,
makes
wow.
them go down purpose, so the blood flow is even. That's why people faint.
So as you work this, the body should work this out itself. Is what you're
Mhm.
saying.
Yeah. Like I said, but on him,
Walk.
it
Because
didn't
the-
work itself
right.
out. So I had to go in and force it to do it.
Not because it was the way the spine was pulling out.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Majority of time, you're not gonna have to go do that.
Okay.
Majority
Except
of
now
time,
that you've shown it to us.
you'll probably get like,
We're
you'll be
getting
like,
it.
oh, hey, this is what Jared showed me, here we go. Okay, so face down, okay.
You
the
show us and say
towel.
you won't have to do this. We're gonna have 3 people come in.
Yep. And that's what happens. Like like when I find stuff like this, I'll be like, okay, I didn't find that stuff. And the next week, people are like, have you ever seen this? Yep, I have.
Did you do the shoulder also, you said, or just the hip?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So same shoulder and opposite hip,
Mm-hmm.
so there's a twist.
Subtalon, same hip. We'll do this for twisting purposes, for twisting.
And then just write also the shoulder on there so you remember.
Okay. Face down, talon opposite hip, shoulder, same side. Whoops, same side as working. Does this work?
Opposite hip, same shoulder, yeah, that's fine.
Talon, same hip. Opposite shoulder. Does that work?
Yeah.
Man, I can see the value of buying that big chart.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm probably gonna get another one. The thing that they don't have, I guess I've never looked. I haven't seen it. I actually kind of like this with the skeletal system right next to it.
Hmm. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna actually have to get that. That's a great idea. That's a good idea.
Hey, peace. Yeah. Okay, I'm pausing.
Okay.
Messed up.
That is so true.
That hurt. Okay, and right in the middle. Right here. Right there.
Oh, yeah.
You recognize him a mile away.
Trey? Oh yeah.
Yeah, it hurts.
Good job, baby.
Yeah, there you go.
It was funny when Rebecca was like, "Yeah, can we get Jerry work on?" I go, "Oh, Amy will be able to get in there too." I'm glad you guys both worked on him. His hair was messed up. It was mad.